Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lady Arcader's Super Showcase 2024 in support of Care. My name is Selkuth Mind, but you can call me Sel, and I am super excited to be your host for these next few runs. It's been an incredible event so far. We've consumed grilled cheese, gotten stuck in the bayou, learned about the dark side of Captain Falcon, and saw the world debut of 8-player Stardew Valley and the new Phasmophobia map. Even better, we've seen multiple personal bests and world records, and we've destroyed our previous last donation record with Lady Arcaders officially having raised more than $10,000 for charity. Can I get some hype in chat for that, y'all? Let's give ourselves a round of applause because we are doing so well. That being said, the event isn't over yet. We still have so many incredible runs today, which means more time for donations. Right now, we are at $4,738.77 out of our goal of $5,500. And remember, if we reach that goal, we will unlock a bonus run of Luigi's Mansion, any percent, no out of bounds, PAL. It's a super cool run. You do not want to miss it, so get your donations in, ! Donate in chat to get a link. Let's keep going strong, raising money for women and girls all around the world. But with that being said, I wrote a little poem for you all as intro for our next run. So, listen up. Life is like a speedrun for arcaders. Here with any percent easy, it is Dijon. With Quack beside her, it is now time for DuckTales. Woohoo! Take it away, Dijon.
Hi, thank you for that wonderful song. I'm Dijon Ketchup. You can just call me Dijon. Just don't call me late for dinner. So this is DuckTales Remastered. Fun story. I did a practice run of this this morning, and I accidentally got the Xbox One world record. So, hopefully this will be pretty hype. And then I've also got my commentator here, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Quacksilver. Of course, I will be speaking on behalf of the Ducks. No, I'm really excited for this run. I think it has some incredible meme potential. And GG on the world record.
Thanks. Alright, so we're gonna get started here. I need to turn on the Quick Cinemas option. And then I need to know which soundtrack won the bid war.
Absolutely. Let me just do a quick refresh. Make sure we had no last second snipes. All right, it looks like 8-Bit is the winner with $75. Modern was close behind at $61, but 8-Bit is the winner.
Alright, so we've got 8-Bit. 8-Bit is kind of cool because, like, you get the original tracks, but you also get some new tracks, because the new tracks made for this game obviously didn't have NES tracks, so they made them. Alright, well, time will start as soon as I select easy. If my commentator would like to count me in.
You got it. We'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, Dijon.
Thanks. So, right away, we're getting one of the new tracks that also got an 8-bit track made just for this game. And in fact, this entire level was made specifically for DuckTales Remastered. There is no version of it in the original NES game. So, this is basically the tutorial level, teaching you the mechanics. Also, if you've played the original NES game, you'll know that the pogo jump was a little awkward to do because you had to hold down and B, but here we just have to hold X. It's so much easier. There is the option to do the original in this game called Hard Pogo, but it's fully disabled in Easy, so we couldn't do it even if we wanted to. And if you play in Extreme difficulty, it's forced upon you, so that's part of what makes it extreme. It's supposed to be a lot like the original. If you're noticing these buttons that have been pushed in cages that are empty, because we have the quick cinema setting on, we are automatically skipping a lot of cutscenes. And that includes Huey, Dewey, and Louie being trapped and needing to be rescued.
Yeah, and so now we're coming up on our first boss, Big Time Beagle. This one's pretty easy. He's just gonna throw some various shenanigans at us. Just dodge that, and then when he moves to the center of the room, we swat the items back at him with our cane to fly into the safes that Duckworth so helpfully readies for us. And you can pogo jump after the helmet comes off, and this is rinse and repeat until the boss is over.
Yeah, fairly simple introductory boss. Now we're going to pick our first level. We're going to start with the Himalayas, and we'll see why shortly. So there's still some cinematics we have to skip, but a lot of it is just removed, which makes speedrunning a lot more convenient. Now, I have to be careful of pogo jumping in this stage, because if I pogo jump into the snow, Scrooge will get stuck in there and I'll have to jump out. Oh, I took damage there. I'm not entirely sure how, but we'll go with it. So... Oh, go ahead.
Alright, for this section, we are trying to retrieve 3 missing parts of a plane that crashed off-screen just a moment ago. They have all been stolen and carried away by specific bunnies. We have to get all 3 back in order to fix the plane.
We've got invincibility tokens here, that don't exist on some of the higher difficulties. They help you go fast. They don't give you a speed boost in the original, but they do in this game, which makes them pretty helpful. Oh, there's an example of me getting stuck in the snow from the pogo jump. And you can see I'm taking some damage. This is on purpose, because I'm doing a death warp. There aren't many death warps in easy difficulty, because there are too many checkpoints. If you play on extreme difficulty, there's some pretty useful ones, because of the limited checkpoints on that difficulty. But you also only get like 2 lives for the whole game, and you get a game over if you run out of lives. So that's one reason why I don't like running Extreme. In fact, I don't even have Extreme unlocked yet on this file.
The live system was preserved in the remaster. You hate to see it.
Yeah, but on the only on higher difficulties. And difficulties other than Extreme, you have continues. And it's been a while since I've played like on medium or hard. But I think it's like unlimited continues, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that if I'm wrong. But we're slowly making our way back up to the top of the mountain. So that we can return these parts to Launchpad. Do we have any donations or anything right now over?
Well, I would love to tell you all about a brand new incentive that just opened. It is Choose Spyro's palette for the Spyro the Dragon round that is coming up in just a couple of runs. There's 5 color options that we can have: blue, green, yellow, red, or pink. As you may know, Spyro is normally purple, but you can change that with your donations. Right now, they're all sitting at 0, so your donation could set an early lead. !donate in chat to get a link to it, or you can use the QR code on screen for easy donation using your phone.
So this is the reason why we start with the Himalayas, because this section is RNG heavy about when you get a bomb. And I got really bad RNG.
Yeah, that was
I got
trolly Beagle Boys there.
Yeah, I got like 5 Beagle Boys before I even got the first bomb. And now I'm getting just so many Beagle Boys. This would be a reset for sure. Oh my gosh, Glomgold.
A brief detour to learn to count with DuckTales?
Turn a profit on this, McDuck.
Yeah, so a reset heavy point, for sure. I don't think I've ever gotten RNG that bad before the first bomb, though.
No, you have to say it like that's never... It's
Oh,
fine.
that's never happened before, yeah.
For context, the best possible RNG in that, you can't just get nothing but bombs. The ideal case is you get pure alternation of 1 Beagle Boy and 1 bomb. We counted a little bit higher than 2 today. Beating the speedrunners can't count allegations.
The game's all like, alright, you already got one world record in Xbox One category today. So, this is, the Yeti boss. It's... If you've played the original, it's kind of similar, except, the added mechanic of basically what we did with, Big Time Beagle back in the tutorial, where we have to knock the giant ice blocks down to stun her. No, not that Yeti. Not the shirt one.
Although, what if... I'm sensing a future collab. Surely that exists, right?
Surely Disney would partner up with, So, when we get down to the last phase, for the last couple hits, we're down to just the one big ice block. Which is unfortunate when you want to go fast, because that means you have to wait for her to go into the center. Also, yes, the Yeti in this is specifically a girl. Let's go, women.
Let's go, women.
Okay, and that's the Yeti down. You see, now she's got eyelashes, so you know that she's a girl.
Classic cartoon logic.
Indeed. Okay, so we're going to move on to our second stage, which is the African Mines. We do this one second because it's the second highest reset point because of a skip that can be kind of finicky, that we'll get to fairly shortly. If you've played the original, normally you would have to go... You would go into the stage, and one of the nephews would be like, you need the key to get in, and it's hidden in Transylvania, so you would go to Transylvania to get the key. In this one, the key is just all the way to the right. So, we don't have to go to another stage. Transylvania got reused, like, a lot in that first game. So... they cut down on the reusage of it in this version. Alright. We got our Indiana Jones style boulder coming towards us. It will not be the last time. Alright, here's our skip. If you can possibly explain how this goes.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way objects work in this game is that they're loaded in just before they appear on screen. So what Dijon is trying to do here is to quickly maneuver back and forth so that there's a rock that will load and deload and doesn't have time to load back in before it should be on screen. We can do this to several rocks to clear our way to a chain that we want to climb down a little bit. And climb down and back up to respawn rocks and then clip out of bounds with that. So we are judiciously wiggling.
Ooh. Okay, that was actually, that went really well.
Nice.
And so now we're gonna climb back up, and those boulders are back, so we're out of bounds now. And we're just gonna... we should be chased by a boulder here, but because we went out of bounds, we skipped the trigger for it. But we would be going just as fast anyway. And...
So about how much of the level would you say that skips overall?
Maybe like a quarter to a third. It depends on, like, how quickly you get it, how much time you save, and... I got it fairly quickly on that attempt. So, we got some minecarts. Everybody loves minecarts in video games. Shoutouts to Donkey Kong Country. And we're just gonna slowly make our way past all this. This would be a good time for a donation or anything else you have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to update folks where we are from that goal and that bonus game that we are looking to unlock. We will unlock that bonus game at $5,500. Right now, we are $761.23 away from that, which might seem like a lot, but I know we can get there, chat. I know we can do it. And of course, all the money is going to CARE, our fantastic charity that works all around the world to defeat poverty, achieve social justice, and support women and girls.
Thank you very much. And now we are on to the first boss. Or not the first boss, the boss. There's only one boss in here.
The first boss, expansive.
So this is the king of the Terrafermians. The Terrafermians are a race that live underground and roll around like he's doing. There's an episode of the show called Earthquake where they're having a competition right underneath Scrooge's money bin and causing earthquakes. And so Scrooge goes down to stop them because he doesn't want all his money to fall into the void.
Because Scrooge is a notorious NIMBY.
So, one thing to note about bosses is that on higher difficulties, they'll speed up slightly with each phase. Not so much on easy. So, they take slightly longer on easy, but not too much longer. There's a reason why any percent and any percent easy were split off into two separate categories. The run I had earlier is actually world record for both any percent and any percent easy on the Xbox One. Specifically Xbox One, because I'm like... That run was like 8 minutes off of like the fastest time that anyone's gotten on any difficulty on any console.
Are there console or like setting exclusive glitches or skips or something, or is it just like Xbox One has chunky loads?
It's loads and stuff like that. The most popular, of course, is the PC, because that's usually the fastest. Some people say it has an issue with crashing, but I've never had the PC version crash for me. I've had some weird visual glitches happen, but nothing that would have, like, affected the run. At this point, we're just doing the rest of the levels in order, because there's nothing that we really would reset over. Oh.
So for this first section, for this first section of the Amazon, we had our Indiana Jones video game at home. Now we have our Zelda Wind Waker at home. We're doing a legally distinct Triforce hunt. Scrooge is going to be collecting a bunch of medallions for necessary progress, which was not a thing in the original version of this game, and is weirdly spread out very well in this level. Some of them are hidden areas, which would have been easy to find if you found the same secrets in the original game.
Yeah, Oh, I didn't mean to take a death abuse there, but, I did.
Pioneering new skips, don't worry about it.
That's a death abuse that's used in the, extreme version.
Pioneering old skips, don't worry.
Pioneering skips for different difficulties. We had another invincibility token there. Ow. These plants are kind of a pain. We saw them in the mines, and they're here again. The enemy knocked me backwards onto the cake to restore my health. Okay, so we are almost done collecting the medallions. Yeah, there's things that they added to make the game a bit more modern, and so that the speedrun wouldn't be like a world record of something like 8 minutes like the NES was, even with skipping cutscenes and all that. So this is a cozy ride and a built-in hydration break, because nothing can hit us when we're all the way up the rope that Launchpad is carrying.
That's actually amazing. Chat, stay hydrated. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to the people around you.
Alright. And our cozy little ride has come to an end. Back to video games. That's a very tight spot to get a pogo jump going in. On Extreme, it's kind of rough, because you have to hold the down button as well. One thing about being faithful to the original is that some of the enemies in this level didn't age well. Although, if you watch the cutscene at the end, it kind of, like, jokes about that a little bit, but it's still kind of like... I mean, you probably get what I mean. I see in chat calling Launchpad their dream man. Launchpad is big himbo energy all the way. And here's our boss. Again, much like the original, it jumps, it slams the ground, you have to pogo jump on it, but instead we've got new phases where it tries to crush you with the bricks in the walls. I think Pink Floyd had a song about that.
Yeah, it was actually referencing DuckTales, true story.
Mm-hmm. They were so good they referenced a thing that wasn't even out yet.
That's just what high-quality music making is like.
That's what giant inflatable pigs are all about.
So for those ground slam attacks from the boss, I'm assuming that hitbox is like global on the entire floor, so you just need to be in the air?
Yes. Much like with the Yeti slams as well.
Feels very emblematic of just like retro games, like just jump now. The hitbox is yes.
That one is a Oh yeah, another thing about easy mode. The bosses, if you're down to like a heart or less, like a heart or half a heart, it will give you ice cream when you hit it. Which is helpful when you need safety health. Especially if you do what I'm not doing and try to damage boost. But yeah, you see the end of this cutscene there, but the cutscene is like, why did they want this thing that they came here for? Because it's... yeah. Moving on, we have Transylvania, which we only visit once in this game, as opposed to the 3 times that you visit it in the original. I mean, NES games were kind of space limited, so you kind of had to make do with what you had.
And this is just basically navigation. Yes, we got no medallion quests, no secret shenanigans.
Well, we have to rescue Huey, Dewey, and Louie from the Beagle Boys. So we're basically exploring most of the stage to do that. But it's fairly simple. I'm gonna try to do some jumping to... nope, that didn't work. I'm trying to manipulate those ghosts to spawn up kind of high so I can just walk under them. Like that. That way I don't have to worry about getting hit or having to go, like, up and over them. What do you mean, what about Webby? You wanted Webby to get kidnapped too? In the original, Webby's the one who tells you about Huey being kidnapped, and it's just Huey that's kidnapped. And also, in the original, you don't have to save Huey.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you know, it's basically you're supposed to save Huey from a Beagle Boy. I got that too early and got him while he was still iframes. When you rescue Huey, he tells you that there's an illusionary wall in the castle, and that's where you have to so that's the hint. But if you know where it's at, you don't have to rescue Huey for the hint. And it'll be like he was never kidnapped. It's kind of silly.
Sounds like time save, though.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Remember minecarts? They're back. In Transylvania form.
I have to say, I love Scrooge's expression in the Moonbird.
Yeah, Scrooge's default expression.
Just no thoughts. Lovely minecart cruise.
Just thinking about treasure. And we're fighting our second Eagle Boy. We get a ghost spawn in this one, and the third one will have 2 ghosts.
That's how you do difficulty in video games.
Yep.
Is there no end to this madness?
Needs to be more difficult than the last one. Add another enemy into it, the mix.
Nearly lost my hat on that one. Is there no end to this madness?
Isn't there no end to this madness?
Nearly lost my hat on that one.
I guess talking about the voice lines, I should mention that when this game came out in 2013, it featured voice acting from the voice actors who were still alive at the time, including Alan Young, who was the voice of Scrooge in the TV series, who was in his 90s at the time, as well as our boss for this level that will be upcoming, Magicka Dispel, who is voiced by June Foray, who's most famously known for the voice of Rocky and Natasha in The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. She plays Magicka Dispel in the show, and she was also in her 90s when this game was made.
That's wild that they got the voice cast for a random NES game.
Yeah.
How long did the original DuckTales sell? I'm curious.
I'm not sure, but it got a sequel.
That's enough.
And DuckTales is also one of those games that, like, when people talk about good NES games, they talk about, they bring up DuckTales, so it's at least got a cult following. It's hard to manipulate these ghosts in this space.
Ouch!
Yeah, like that. But since we're skipping the cutscenes, y'all may not realize just how much new dialogue was recorded for this game. So, this is Magicka Dispel. She's one of the rotating cast of villains from the series, who's a sorceress who's always trying to steal Scrooge's lucky #1 dime because it has, like, magical energy to it or something. Because of how, like, valuable it is to Scrooge. So, if you've played the original, you might notice that most of the phases of this boss are brand new. The original game just had the phase where she turns into a buzzard. So she would turn into the buzzard or vulture. I don't know the difference between the two. I'm not a ornithologist. Ornithologist? I don't know. Oh. Sometimes it's really tight to avoid some of these. Okay, Sorry, go ahead.
I am not an ornithologist either, despite the name, but I do have the intel on buzzards if you want. I'm always down to do bird facts.
Go for it.
So, it's actually a common, like, misnomer. Buzzard is what Europeans called, like, hawks. And when Europeans were settling in America, they thought vultures were hawks and called them buzzards, and then it just stuck, and so now there is an association between calling, like, turkey vultures buzzards. So I guess technically, yes, you can be right or wrong, whichever is more funny in the moment.
Thank you for that awesome fact. That's actually really interesting.
Bird facts.
Bird facts. Okay, we're moving on to the moon. Everyone remembers the classic moon theme. And we're getting the original version of it once it loads. Yeah. I should also, like, point out that the modern soundtrack made for this game is really good, too. They make really good versions of all the original tracks, as well as some original tracks. And they take those original 8-bit tracks and make them sound, like, very much like the series. So, if you know anything about speedrunning NES DuckTales, you'll know that there is a moon skip. we also have a moon skip in this game.
That was clean.
Yeah, similar to... This one's a lot easier to do than the one in the African mines. It basically despawns that block, and even though you can still see it there, it's like you can pass through it. And it's because it's like with the way that the game treats objects loading in and despawning. I don't know if that was an accident and pure coincidence because there was a moon skip just in the same spot in the original game, or if that was intentional. Because the original was a damage boost to glitch through it. This one, we just despawn it. Anyway, this is the moon rat. And of course, the moon rat is guarding the moon cheese. And it gets the zoomies in between every few hits. The spot that I stand in is the pretty much safest spot that you could stand in this boss. Because there's only one spawn that can hit you right there. And it's easy to just hop down and go underneath the awning there. And I think this might be the last phase. We'll see. I wasn't counting.
While we clean up the moon rat, Dijon, would now be a good time for messages from our lovely host.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I have a couple of donations here. We have $5 from Anonymous who says, I am loving this run. Go Dijon. Go Quack. A woohoo. And we have $10 from Metroid Crime who says, DuckTales. Ooh woo. And let me be very clear, that is an ooh woo. Not the original lyrics, but thank you both for those generous donations. And for putting those towards our Spyro poll.
So, now we have a new level. Instead of going back to Transylvania like the original, we are going to Mount Vesuvius, where Flintheart Glomgold and Magica Dispel have kidnapped Scrooge's nephews, because they keep getting kidnapped.
Yeah, we're up to like a couple for all of them at this point, huh?
Yeah. I don't even think they get kidnapped that much in the show. Like, most of the time, they get themselves into situations. So, we're gonna do... There's some... Okay, gotta make sure that bat falls in a place where, it doesn't hit me, and I can get to those blocks.
It could be dangerous, McDuck. You go first.
But yeah, Flintheart Glomgold is egging Scrooge on as he makes it through. And basically, Glomgold and Magica want all the treasures that Scrooge has collected throughout the game. And particularly, Magica wants Scrooge's lucky #1 dime. But it's a pretty neat level, and, you know, like I said, completely original to this game. But, like, if you didn't know, you would think this was just, like, any other level taken from the NES version. You can do a slight skip by pogoing on that boulder, but I just wanted to play safe right there. Because the boulder is a one-hit kill. And now I have to wait for this one to come back. Cycle was not great.
Can I offer another fun duck fact while we...
Oh god, that cycle, though.
Nice.
Go for it.
Fun duck fact, Scrooge's lucky number 1 dime would actually be a lucky number 1 quarter today, adjusting for inflation.
Wow.
This is legally a duck fact.
No end to this madness.
You know, I haven't watched the reboot yet. I've been meaning to, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. I wonder if he still has a lucky number 1 dime in that version. Because it's from 2017.
Nearly lost the hat on that one.
But minecarts are a thing. They're back again. Tell a friend. He'll go up, just get a little bit of extra height for the chain.
Chat saying he does still have a lucky number 1 dime, which means that Scrooge's net worth has gone down. Failed billionaire Scrooge McDuck.
Look, the recession hit everyone.
Let's go. I'm a busy duck.
Washed up has-beens
Yeah.
first,
This came out a few years before the reboot, so it's obviously based off the original. I would love it if they did a remaster of DuckTales 2 with the cast and style of the new series. Particularly because all the major characters, voice actors, are no longer with us. Scrooge, the nephews, Webby. Do you want to explain the different potions?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is, of course, Dracula Duck, not to be confused with Count Duckula, which is not a Disney property. Her magic has 3 different potions that she can throw in her cauldron that will attack with. Green potion is the dragon potion, that's the fireballs we saw earlier. The orange one is the super-size Dracula Duck potion, and that attack is dealt with by just pogoing on top of the beak, which confuses the game and ends the attack early. And the red potion has us playing, Galaga briefly with some bats. It is the worst one to see, as evidenced by the fact that throughout that entire explanation we were playing Galaga with bats.
It's so long. Oh.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, that's not going well for me. We're doing this live, apparently. Yeah, the red one you don't want to see because it is easily the longest to deal with. Although, as you can see, the orange one can be long to deal with if you have trouble getting up on top of the beak. Because you're not intended to do that. But we're getting towards the last few hits, you can tell, because now we're jumping off of... Oh. Alright. Yeah, so 2 bats means you're getting closer, and there's that. So they're fighting over Scrooge's lucky number 1 dime. And we gotta race them to it, just like you would at the end of the original.
So time is going to be coming up. It's when Scrooge lands on the very last platform at the end of this escape sequence race.
Yes, but this is not the end yet. Because we've still got to do a Metroid and escape. And we've got a slight little skip here. Don't know if it's intended, but, and time.
GG.
Thanks. So yeah, that is DuckTales Remastered. Do y'all have the time? What was my time on that? Oh, there's a nice lorem ipsum.
It looks like, I'm just gonna make sure I have this correct, it looks like it was a 40-30.
40-30?
Mm-hmm.
Aye. I'll put it on your bill, Flinty. You can pay me back.
I think that was another Xbox One world record.
Let's go.
Because-
Go!
I think I had a 4106 earlier.
My words.
I'd have to double check that.
Now, there's a sight I never get tired of. Come on, lads. Let's head to the ice cream shop.
Hey, can we each get our own cone this time, Uncle Scrooge?
Oh, why not?
So-
I'm in a generous mood.
So yeah, DuckTales
Each
Remastered.
of
Great
you can even
game.
get a cone with ice cream in it.
Available on Wii U, PS3, Xbox 360, and the Xbox 360 version is backwards compatible on Xbox One. Skipping the credits so we don't get DMCA'd. Because that's the actual theme song.
You all know it. Just sing it amongst yourselves.
So yeah, I think it was. I mean, well, I don't want to take up everyone's time to go look it up, but I think it was 4106. So if it's 4030, then that's the new Xbox One world record, which the other one hasn't even been approved yet. So yeah, thank you very much. Just gonna keep my shout-outs short. You find me twitch.tv/DijonKetchup. I'm also on YouTube at Dijon Ketchup. I haven't uploaded much yet, but I'm planning to make some videos and stuff. Some things besides just speedrunning. I don't really do social media much. So, yeah. That's about it.
All right, everyone, can we get another huge round of applause for Dijon for that incredible run, which was, in fact, a confirmed new world record. Confirmed that really quickly there. So huge congrats to her for that incredible run. And folks, I just want to remind us all of where our donations are going. Founded in 1945, CARE is a leading humanitarian organization fighting global poverty. CARE has more than 7 decades of experience delivering emergency aid during times of crisis, working in over 110 countries. Our emergency responses focus on the needs of the most vulnerable population, particularly girls and women. To learn more, visit www.care.org. And of course, if you want to donate, we have a couple of ways to do that. You can do !donate in chat to get a link to the Tiltify. You could also go use the very handy little QR code that you can see on screen right there. That will take you to the Tiltify page to donate as well. And of course, we are still aiming for that $5,500 goal for the event, which if we hit that, we are going to unlock that bonus run of Luigi's Mansion Any Percent, no out of bounds, PAL. I have seen this run before. It is so cool. You do not want to miss it. But we do need to hit that goal in order to see it. So, !donate and get your donations in that way. Although, alternatively, if you want, we also have another way to support CARE. $5 from every Super Showcase t-shirt will be donated towards CARE. Support the charity and get a fun shirt for your collection. Type !merch into the chat for a link to our shop, or visit ladyarcaders.com/shop. With that, don't go away. We'll be back very, very shortly with our next run.